Hey guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the last 2 career mode. This is the career mode where I start every single race in P24, last place on the grid, and let's eventually win the world championship. So last episode, the last race was awesome. Go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And now let's get on with the Chinese Grand Prix. Of course, in this Grand Prix there's going to be some R&D objectives. So welcome to practice for the Chinese Grand Prix. Here we are, sunny Shanghai, Shanghai International Circuit. R&D, as I said. So let's do that. We have to get 1 minute 54.747 3 times in a row.
A few moments later.
And there we go, crossing the line after our third lap, and we completed the R&D. Woo, let's go. Now it's time for the race. So here we are, guys. Welcome to race day in Shanghai, China. For the Chinese Grand Prix. Obviously we are starting in P24 for this Grand Prix. They want us to finish in 19th place. We should be able to do that. Let's see what we can do. So firstly we'll have to take a look at the starting grid for this Grand Prix. And there's no rain today, thankfully. I hate the rain on this game. Yeah, time for the starting grid. So who's going to be on pole today? Fernando Alonso took pole position for the Chinese Grand Prix, while championship leader Mark Webber is in second with his teammate in third. Paul di Resta had a good day in fifth, while it was a challenging day for the two McLarens, only coming sixth and seventh. While it was a good day for Perez, a difficult day though for Felipe Massa, only coming 17th. And with us in P24 with our teammate surprisingly in P21. Strategy, and we're going to go different this time. We're actually going to start on the prime tyre. Risky, I know. We have to try it one day, so why not today? If it doesn't work, if we have a crappy race, well, we'll have to go back to normal for Bahrain. But now it's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. So here we are, guys, on the grid in Shanghai, with Fernando Alonso there sitting on pole position hoping to win the race, with De La Rosa in 21st and us in P24. Let's see what we can do. So here we are, guys, lights coming on. We did well last time, can we do it again? And the lights about to go out, and here we go. And of course we had a very poor start again because of our lack of curves. We hopefully will sort that out. We are meant to have more grip in this race after R&D. But let's see if that comes true as we go into turn 1, still in last place. The AI are normally quite slow around this corner, even in other laps. So let's see what we can do. We have look up the inside here of our teammate, who's obviously fallen to the back, I should expect. When P23 and there's Mauricio on the outside there of Peak. We got that one now. Now Petrov just brake checked us. He didn't have to brake, but he did. We're going to dive up the inside of him and Ricciardo. We touched Kovalainen. There's a car right on the inside there, lucky not to lose his front wing. Now in P21, wheel to wheel there with Kovalainen. And now we slot in behind the Toro Rosso of Daniel Ricciardo. We all know what a great driver he is. Yes, Kovalainen did have a look around there, but we kept it going. We are going to struggle in this first stint, as we know, on the prime tyre. We can't expect any more. And we actually go through, we sort of cut the corner there slightly by mistake, hit one of the signs, and we lose a lot of time there on the straight, going from side to side, but thankfully we keep our position. Now we've got Timo Glock in the Mauritia ahead of us, with Daniel Ricciardo ahead of him. So let's get past Timo Glock first as we go onto the long back straight. We put on to Rich McSthree to give us some more power as we chase Timo Glock. Are we going to be able to make a move into the hairpin? I have been struggling with braking there all weekend. Struggling with brakes in this car this weekend. Let's see what we can do is brake down. Yes, are we going to do it? No, but we go slightly wide. And I think we're going to lose the position. Yes, he comes back at us. Sad things there. But we have to keep this going. And more contact there. The driving hasn't been amazingly clean so far this race, I'll admit that. And because of the bad exit, Petrov has been able to get a good run of us. He has got curves, remember. But hopefully are we going to dive up the inside here? No, we haven't got quite the space. But we now go around the outside. What a move that was. We're going to try to get past Glock here as well. And Massa is all the way down in 18th. He's having a really difficult season. More contact then. We end up on the grass. That's our punishment, you see. And Petrol sneaked it back up the inside. But we're able to get better traction on him, maybe because of the R&D. And we've hobbled position 20. And somebody had gone off there, I think we're back in now in P19. Here we go. Still chasing Timo Glock around the circuit. We should be able to overtake him. He's in a very similar car. He's also got no cars, which is what makes us equal essentially. We go through this windy middle sector, eventually onto the long straight, but not quite yet. And we're not really ahead of him, and all those other things are all everywhere else. We hit it last time, but we didn't hit it this time. And a quick pause there where I was looking at lap times. Yeah, and it's not going too well. We're not really catching up to Timo Glock, sadly. Bit annoying. I'm gonna go. It keeps happening, but we keep going into Richmond 3. Our game is a little bit dodgy at the moment. It keeps doing that, but whatever. We just keep chasing our Timo Glock. Going into the braking zone. Are we gonna make the corner this time at least? Yeah, but we are going very slowly. I don't really know what the ultimate or optimum speed is around there. But we have gained some time on Timo Glock. Are we going to be able to get him into turn 1 maybe? We're also going wide here a lot, losing so much time. Sometimes I can be really good at the circuit, but I can struggle a lot as well. Going into turn 1, DRS is enabled. We are hopefully now gaining quite a bit on the AI through here. They tend to be very slow through this corner. You can see how much we've gained on Timo Glock there. Are we now going to get a run on him? Going up to, I think it's going to be turn 4, the hairpin. I'm not too sure which number that is, I've lost count. But yeah, here we go. Are we going to make a move? And yes, we dive up the inside. Lovely move there. We do go slightly wide again, maybe because we broke too late. But it looks like we're just about going to hold position as we go through sector 2. I love this replay camera shot. Really see the speed of these cars as they go from side to side through the corners. Really amazing. And it looks like we're finally going to get this position. And at least we're going to be best on back markers at least. We're heading down towards the end of sector 2 at this point. Now the amphitheatre section essentially, we're going on to now the main back straight. Hopefully we're staying ahead of Timo Glock and we won't see him again in this Grand Prix. And we're now moving on to lap 9. We haven't made much progress, but we can now see Roman Grosjean after we made a pit stop. Are we going to be able to make a move on him? He will have Kurz while we won't, so I think we are going to struggle to catch him up through here. You really do want Kurz at the circuit, especially on the long straight. We're losing so much time, it's unbelievable. And yeah, I think we're going to struggle now through these faster corners to catch up to Roman Grosjean. A bit of a pain, as you know. But let's keep this on going. Yeah, and you can see we've lost so much time already. We kept mainly to the racing line, but it's just he's got better traction, better grip, and more cars. And he can get away. And we're not going to get DRS despite being right behind him at the start of the lap. You can see the fastest lap is 3.5 seconds faster than that lap. Maybe that's about right. So we are probably right, just about on the correct pace for this car. But I would like to be a bit faster if possible. You can see that over these last 7-8 laps we've pulled away from Timo Glock and more stuff going wrong on my PlayStation. It's already paused a couple of times randomly, I believe. I have to fix that, and now that all our stuff's come up, God knows what's going on. Yeah, but it looks like we've lost a lot of time to Roman Grosjean, and we're not going to be seeing him anytime soon, unless maybe he's on the 2-stopper. That's our only hope with him. Lap 10. Moving on to lap 10. Anything good going to happen here? Now we're on lap 11, and it looks like Massa has gone into issues, and has he lost his front wing? Let's take a look behind in a second. Yes, he has. Felipe Massa has lost his front wing, and that's big issues, and we're now in P16. Not bad. Let's try to get as far ahead as possible, even though we are on these prime tyres, which are ultimately a pain in the arse to drive on. But we should be a lot faster. We've got 6 seconds on him just because he didn't have a front wing. But we know that's how F1 works. We all know that. Now, Roman Grosjean though is so far ahead of us already. And I'm really struggling in certain parts of the track. Not so much over here, but on the fast straights, mainly. That's where I'm really struggling in this car. And hopefully in Bahrain it'll be a different story. But let's not give up on this race quite yet. See what we can still do. Especially when we go onto the option tyres on lap 16. Oh, this car's so damn slow. Like this is what it's like driving a McLaren Honda, isn't it? So hard to drive, and we're sort of in the gap between the slow cars and the fast cars. There's quite a big gap there, but we are slower than the cars that are meant to be equal to, I mean, faster than the cars that are equal to us, but slower than the cars that are faster than us. A lot faster than us, sadly. And that's a bit of a shame. He says Grosjean's going to pit, so maybe we'll still be able to beat him if we're only doing one stop. Maybe did he have a penalty or something? I don't really know what happened with him. But anyway, let's move on now to lap 16, and Senna, who's made a pit stop, has been able to catch us up and make a move at turn 1 onto us. So we actually are going to try to squeeze it back up the inside here. Yes, we do. And now we're going to squeeze him out just a bit, because I'm quite angry with the AI this race. After brake checking me on turn 1, on lap 1 even. And now it looks like we've been able to keep our position here against Bruno Senna in this Williams, much faster Williams of course, as we go into this first hairpin. We're still holding position. Now that we're going to go to the part of the track where I'm really struggling on lots of change direction, able to hold position through here, but you can see how much he gained just through there. And now this is where I really struggle with the understeer in this car, sadly. We go wheel to wheel there. I have to go up the inside there, but that compromise spikes are here and he's got a position. Very good move there by the AI actually, I didn't expect that. But it shows the difference in speed. And the importance of the racing line as well. We are going to try to stick with him though, going into DRS. This is our in-lap, so we are on very old tyres now. So no wonder we were struggling quite a bit there. We're going down now the main back straight. We're going to be able to open DRS hopefully. As you can see, and hopefully we're going to be able to gain some position. But no, I don't think we quite caught up to him, it just wasn't enough. And we nearly ran into the back of him there. We tried to do some late braking to get the position back, but it just wasn't to be. And we're going to stick behind him and go into the pit lane for our one and only pit stop here on lap 16 at the Chinese Grand Prix for option tyres. Let's see what the situation is when we come out the pit lane. So frustrating, going slowly down the pit lane, especially when nobody else is there. One team was going back in there, but here we are. Come on, the HRT crew, do a quick pit stop for us. Come on, the nice option tyres. That could have been maybe slightly quicker, but at least no one held us up. And now let's get back on track. And yeah, guys, pretty much there's no one to see. Okay, Maldonado is, we'll see soon. Far ahead. Kovalainen's 28 seconds behind. Just ridiculous. Our teammate is miles behind as well. He's in the pit lane as well. But let's just see here what the gap is to Maldonado. It's 14 seconds. Something tells me I've decided this strategy. I'm not going to be repeating this strategy, at least not in the HRT, where I've got a genuine lack of pace because of lack of curves. It's just not the answer, is it? Because the end of the race basically becomes quite boring for me, and more importantly for you guys. It's a bit of a pain. We'll be able to have some more pace here. Hope to get into 142s. That would be a good lap time. Our Vettel's on the 141s, but it's just going to be difficult to do anything. We'll have to gain over a second a lap to catch Maldonado, so what's the point? We're not going to lose position, and we're not going to gain position, so this race is just a shit now. Gone to shit. This strategy is a bad idea, I will admit that now. And I promise you, at least while I'm in this car, I won't be repeating the strategy. When I get into a faster car, maybe I'll give it another shot, but in the HRT I'm going to stick to going from options to prime rather than prime to options. Sorry about this, guys. I know this is a bit of a crappy episode. What can we do? But anyway, now we're going to head on to lap 18, which, as it turns out, was one of our best laps of this Grand Prix. So hopefully I'm going to stick with you guys for this whole lap. Going into turn 1, I'm going to stick to the racing line there. Go, try to stick tight to the apex, try to hit all the apexes. Another good turning in there for the next turn. Now, straight down towards the hairpin. Flat out through here, obviously DRS in qualifying. No DRS in the race. Brake from about 125 meters from the corner. What a perfect turning there. 16 seconds up on the previous lap, but that was our out lap, so never mind there. We had the grip to go a bit faster through there, so much better. Braking into 4th gear through here, down to 3rd gear even. I shouldn't have gone to 2nd there, but we did. Now 2nd gear here, 1st gear even. Now, great exit onto the straight, long straight. And now we're coming towards the end of sector 2. You can see we're having quite a good lap time. For Maldonado still getting away, but I think it's been a pretty good lap so far. As we now lost traction there slightly, but we go onto the back straight for this lap. Long straight, you know, just very long, lack of power. We know what Fernando Alonso would be saying, but you know, let's just stick with it in the HRT for now. Braking 150 meter board. Wish I could brake a bit later, but I can't in this car, just don't have the confidence. Go around that hairpin, and now one more corner for this lap. We'll see what lap time we do. It's a decent one actually. We go slightly wide here again, lost a bit of speed there. But we get a time of 1 minute 42.4. And now on lap 24, we've been lapped by Fernando Alonso. You know, Massa is behind us. He obviously overtook some of the slower guys. And yeah, we are really struggling now. We've been lapped, the tyres are screwed over, we lost lots of traction, spun out a couple of times. We're 32 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. You can see how much time we've lost. This has just been a shitstorm of a stint, shitstorm of a race. And yeah, I'm sorry guys. This hasn't been good. I think it's mainly the strategy, because on option tyres we might have been able to keep with the faster guys on the 30 laps, and we could have had a repeat of the previous race with possible points even. But it just isn't to be here at the Chinese Grand Prix. Not meant to be. Bit of a shame. And yeah, I am quite pissed off now. I'm not even trying anymore. Going pretty slowly, losing speed there again. Yeah, we couldn't keep up. I was hoping to keep up with Fernando Alonso, but he just went miles away already. We're just going to keep getting lapped. So we're not even going to have a chance to do any faster laps to show any pace. To be fair, our fastest lap is quite a good time, because we saw what Vettel did earlier. We can't really complain, but yeah, I am so pissed right now. The game was annoying me today with a constant pause, and didn't make a difference. And we even spin out here. And you know what guys? That's it, I've had enough of this. I'm going to retire from the race. There's no point in me continuing. I'm not going to gain anything, not lose anything. I've just had enough. And yeah, guys, that's the end of the race. So we'll have a look at the race results. Bit annoying that when put into P24. De Rosa was a 19. Good result for him actually. I'll try not to do this again, but that pissed me off so much. So let's go now to see how it was. And you see, with the fastest lap to 142, that matches the guys I wanted to be racing, like Bruno Senna and Nico Hülkenberg. But with being lapped and everything, it just wasn't to be. And there wasn't even the fun of having to defend. Up front, Lewis Hamilton won the Grand Prix from Fernando Alonso. The interesting thing is here, Massa coming 10th. He was 30 seconds behind me with 4 laps to go at the lower end of the field. And he came P10. Thank you, Codemasters, thank you very much. You need to fix this game. I know it's an old game now, but what the hell was that? Huh. That's annoying. And Kobayashi also retired from this Grand Prix. Fair enough. Drivers' Championship, Mark Webber still leads, though his lead has been cut with Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton chasing hard. And where we are in P14. Let's try to get more points here at the next Grand Prix, at the Bahrain Grand Prix. So annoying this race, guys. I am so raged now. I'm really raging. So pissed off. Constructors, McLaren leads, Red Bull second, Mercedes ahead of Ferrari. Anyway guys, that's the end of this episode, and I'll see you next time for more Last 2 career mode. Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this and other types of videos, please subscribe to my channel. If you have anything to say in the comments, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Also, go and check out the video that should be on screen right now, and come and follow me on Twitter, BigGaming342, and Facebook, BigGaming342, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.